just almost burped so big into this microphone.
Oh, my God. That would have been great.
That
Episode
would have.
497, getting airy.
Drinking a smoothie. Because,
Does that
as Susie
make you
puts it,
burp?
the land of fruits and nuts.
That's right. That's what they say.
Does it make me burp? I think the speed, you know what it is? This is totally Sarah has a theory. I have no information on why.
Nothing.
This is based on absolutely nothing.
Yes.
I think that because I don't drink through straws as much anymore, that because I'm drinking it through a straw, it's making me drink it faster or something, and it's like, that's why I'm burpy.
Really?
Is that a thing? Could that be a thing?
It could be.
It seems like it could
Is
be.
that a thing?
It seems like it could be.
Yeah, maybe.
You know, like
And
sucking
you know
it down
what,
through a
Sarah?
straw and then
Let it out
let
if
it
you
out.
want.
Oh my God!
Don't let me contain you.
I have not lived in a burping house for the past year and a half. Well, I mean, Ren just doesn't burp, and we don't do that, and like I don't do that either. Like,
Well,
like
you
a
know
little
how
bit.
I'm
Not,
very
you know how people who are like,
judgmental.
I don't like that.
Yes. I
hate that.
Well, I'm very judgmental about farting families.
Yeah, I don't like that.
But I am a burper.
So weird that you allow air through one exit but not the other.
Well, because it's not about the noise; it's about the smell.
Right, correct.
And I know sometimes burps smell, but
Yeah.
typically it's just
With my ex-husband, I used to have a rule. What did I say? It was 12 feet away, which is the same distance that it is to be in international waters offshore. So I said all farts have to exist in international waters, and international waters is 12 miles. So 12 feet is what I will take. And so you need to be in international waters.
That is interesting. So international waters is 12 miles.
Yeah.
International burping,
Yeah.
12 feet.
Yeah.
Great.
At least that's what I heard. Like I heard that somewhere that it was 12 miles. So
I think that's fair because then if
Seems
it does happen to smell, is that for burps you're telling me or farts?
farts.
Oh, well then that's not fair. I say no.
Yeah. Oh, 12 nautical miles. Yes.
Yeah, miles. That's how
Yeah.
far you have to be away from me to fart.
Okay. So you say
12
same. 12 miles.
Let me kick off the show by saying
Oh, you didn't want to introduce it with the farts and burps? Sorry.
no. I'm going to pretend like that didn't happen. Our friend Christy, the Brainiac,
Oh, shout out to Christy.
who we love and is a wonderful human being, she asked us to give a shout out to a gal named Lily.
Lily! I know this Lily. She's getting sent a special something from the Brain Candy podcast.
Oh my God, Lily!
Yes.
Dang, she's going to be one happy girl. She listens to the show with her mom, Marcy. And apparently they think we're the bee's knees, Sarah.
I love it. I think it's so cute. First of all, Lily is the most adorable name.
It is
I love
nice.
it because I feel like anybody whose name is Lily is going to be silly, so you can call them Silly Lily. And it's so cute. I
Isn't
don't
it
try to have
funny?
favorites with kids that were in any of like the camps or programs that I went to, but who are we kidding? You do. I
Yes.
had this little girl in a kindergarten class that I had her for 2 years, kindergarten and first grade, when I did an after school program, art program at elementary school. And her name was Lily, and she was, oh my God, the cutest and sweetest thing I'd ever seen in my entire life. And she came up to me on the first day of the second year I've done it. An entire year went by. This is a kindergartner who's now in first grade. And she comes up to me and she goes, Miss Sarah, are we going to be doing pointillism again? And I was like,
boy.
oh, because I taught her that word. And, and I was like, oh my God. I'll never forget this moment for the rest of my life. Yes, we will, little Lily. It was so cute. So that's my story.
I mean, you seem like the kind of person, too, that was often the teacher's favorite.
Duh.
Is that accurate?
Absolutely accurate.
Yeah, I was
All
not,
my report
ever.
cards say talks out of turn constantly, interrupts constantly. Pleasure to have in class. All of them say that.
And did you get that impression, like you knew that they thought you were cute?
I knew, you know what it is? I know how I just pander to the audience.
Yeah, still do.
I still do. I literally turned it into a profession. This is what I host a podcast.
Right.
And I'm a therapist, which is me just like picking up on what people need in that moment. And I just picked up on what the class needed and what my teacher needed to like maybe break. And really what I was using humor for when I was little is like a like deflection or like kind of like a self-defense and like diversion and a way to keep me safe and a way to so I like fucking milked that and used that in class and like it was constantly it's like really not a good thing that I needed to use.
I was always jealous of people like you.
Oh, why? What do you think?
I did not find favor amongst the teacher community. I do now. They like our show.
I don't understand that. What do you mean? Do you think that because you didn't care as much?
I did not care.
Okay, that's it.
But I was funny and nice-ish. I deserved to be a favorite. I was robbed, and I hated
been my
people
favorite.
like you. Oh, that's true. We would have gotten along great, and then you would have gotten in trouble because you were friends with me.
Oh, for sure. And you would have encouraged me to do it. Would have been a perfect match when we were little, actually, because I was like just enough. Well, I was weird, so I like. Were you? I mean, were you? You were hanging out with the popular kids? No.
Yeah, I was.
You were. I wish you fucking know this about my best friend. Good Lord. Maybe we wouldn't have gotten. Maybe we wouldn't have. I was more like.
Yeah. Once you became Tuesday Sacrifice, I would have been like, "What is this?"
Yeah,
nonsense?
but I mean, even before that, like I was just kind of like. I was cool with parents. Like parents thought and teachers thought I was cool. Like that's what I'm saying about the humor thing. The humor that I was using was like me
Dad
connecting
jokes.
to adults and like like I was not cool with my student. Like
Your
I
peers,
remember,
right?
we have this in like a photo album somewhere where somebody sent my mom a post. Now I'm just like bragging. Somebody sent my mom a Post-it note or some little card saying like. Sarah's costume at the Halloween like was so fun, and like she has like said so much personality or whatever, like blah blah blah. Sent my mom like something. I was like, the parents recognize me and my. They see me. How come I can't get a freaking partner on the handball court? What's a gal got to do? For real, the kids. I did not.
What do you think they didn't like about you, the other kids?
I wasn't like a kid.
Yeah.
I was an adult, which is a problem in and of itself. Like, I was a parentified child. Like, I grew up way too fast for, like, a million different reasons. And it was like being with an adult.
Yeah.
I would have been
now,
annoyed with
the weird thing is now you're like being with a kid.
Well, here's the thing. I have been probably emotionally and maturely like the exact same age my whole life.
Right.
It was probably like 24,
you were 12
25.
then, and now you're 12 now.
Maybe it's that. Give myself a little,
so cute.
A little more credit, but
yes, that's the experience I have with you is that you are free. You are a free spirit, and you remind me of childhood. Like, remember when we went to that concert and you were obsessed with getting tater tots?
Because we needed tater tots.
It was an emergency.
It was an emergency. Yeah.
Well,
and I don't even think I was like stoned or had the munchies then. So that was just like straight up love for tots.
It's just a love for tots.
Yeah.
Another thing that we love is a good night's sleep.
Oh my God. And boy, do we need that.
Yeah, we do. And I'm so excited that we're working with Proper because these are fantastic non-habit forming gentle sleep supplements, and my husband is now using them, and I'm so grateful because he was using like a prescription sleep thing. Yeah. And I'm so happy that he's now going this route.
Yes.
It's much better for you. Sleep plus clarity or sleep plus immunity. Like we were saying, like there's different formulas. You can pick which one you need. And then you can sleep 8 hours or whatever and then wake up and you won't feel groggy. I've been taking it for about a month, and I can really tell the difference. I use Sleep Plus Clarity. It's been amazing, but you can get the Discovery Pack, and it has 5-night samples of the 5 different formulas, so you can see which combination works best for you. Start improving your sleep health with Proper. Visit getproper.com right now to order your discovery pack today and use our special promo code Brain Candy to get 10% off your first order. Don't wait, that promo code Brain Candy for 10% off at getproper.com.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. So
It's about
Sarah's
time
adorable.
science just work on sleep. We need that.
I know.
I love it.
Well, I was going to say stop trying to put people in space, but I'm pretty excited about the rover on Mars.
Oh
Did
my
you see
God,
that?
yes. You know
That
what
was
is
wonderful.
interesting is I didn't think I was going to be as excited as I was.
Yeah.
And then when I saw it, I was like, oh, that does give me all those kind of warm fuzzies. Do you think that's the idea of exploration that just speaks to something deep inside of us?
It's definitely a byproduct of that feeling of hope that
Yeah.
everyone needs right now. And I think people are really excited about the possibilities, even if nothing comes of it. You know what I mean?
But come on, something's going to come from it.
Something is. Yeah, this is very exciting. Did you see that viral video of that guy who's been working for NASA for 35 years and his daughter filmed him, watching the landing?
No.
And he was so emotional and so excited. Talk about like a
love
kid.
that.
I mean, you felt like this guy's been wanting to do something like this since he was 8 years old or something, you know?
This is why I'm pissed at all those. Oh, wait, I have a cough. Oh, my goodness.
This is good. This is good for me because usually I'm the problem in the throat department.
Smoothie went down the wrong pipe or something.
Oh, God.
So,
Hydrate, Sarah.
Yeah, right? With something other than smoothie. Okay, we were talking about the old
Mars.
man. Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
This is what
the
makes
old
me
man.
so, put it on the list of things that bug me with conspiracy theorists who are like, oh, the moon landing didn't happen or this thing in science. They're trying to look. When you look at what these the person, the individual, the scientist, the guy who's been working at NASA for 35 years. Mm-hmm. These are not people who want to trick everyone into thinking
God,
something.
no.
Are you that? It seems insane to even
Did the
think
flat
about
earthers did these flat earthers think that even a guy like that has been duped?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, for
I think
Pete's
so.
sake.
I really do think so.
That's
I do.
insane.
And that people in the medical field and the vaccines and all that, they really do think that they're all, oh, well, you went to a regular school, so we can't even, oh my God.
Wow.
This guy, and then you see people who just, when you see these people who dedicate their lives to science and to research or to exploring other planets, you just I just love that. I love seeing
he's
that.
doing
That
Lord's
is so
work.
pure, and that is so, and just don't mess that up. Don't taint that. Let that exist.
And he was in his daughter's bedroom because his command center is in their house now because of COVID, which is hilarious.
Oh gosh, what is it? I need some mission command to bedroom 1. Yeah, this is
Right.
bedroom 1.
To Ashley's bedroom.
Yeah.
Oh, I did have another update as well from one of our brainiacs who would like to remain anonymous, which means it's going to be extra funny.
Yes.
She's
Who would
a
like to-
dental hygienist who did confirm that they can see the, quote, soft palate bruising in your mouth from BJ's.
Yes.
And she also said that sometimes when people come in for a cleaning, they have pubic hair stuck in their teeth.
Oh my God, I love our listeners. That is so funny. Oh
She
my
goes,
God.
but we don't say anything. I guess not.
That's so funny.
I mean, how would you not at least
No,
floss and brush
you
before
could-
you go to the dentist?
Oh, well, yeah. But maybe they're talking about a hair that just you'd probably feel that. Got in there and just was, nothing ever surprises me now.
I know.
Nothing does. I was
We're
just
so
reading an
jaded.
article. I was reading something. God, it was the other day. It was one of those listicle things. And it was, it was a Reddit, thread, or I don't even know what
Yeah.
the kids call them, on, on things that people didn't know about their body. how people basically don't know shit about their body. Like,
Well, that's true. Yeah.
like a woman came to the hospital saying that she had, it was something like a pain in her thigh. And so they examined her thigh and everything. And this is the thing I don't understand is like, why didn't she just say, no, it's over here? She must have been like, maybe she was passed out or something like that. Or like,
Okay.
I don't know. But they performed, like they did x-rays. They looked around. They didn't find anything. And then she goes home and found out that she thought her thigh was on her arm.
Oh, no.
And said the wrong body part. And she had
You
a
are
bullet
lying.
in the back of her arm. And they didn't see it because she was laying down.
Sarah,
This is just what the thread said.
that's ridiculous. There are so many things wrong with this story.
Yeah, now that I say it out loud, because, like, wouldn't they... I mean, this is what happens when you just find
Now
things
that
on...
I say it out loud.
Yeah, I'm like, I'll poke some holes in that. But, you know, like, definitely out there was one guy on there who's a doctor who said that a woman was giving birth and she said, oh my God, there's a baby coming out of my vagina. And he's like, yes, that's where baby come from. And she thought they were all C-sections.
Oh, no.
So,
Okay, well, at least we know more than that.
yes.
I mean, that sets the bar real low for anatomical awareness.
Yeah. So I think, knowing that, I think back to the thing, people probably don't floss and brush their teeth before they go to the dentist, Joe.
Yeah, you're right.
Some people
They
don't
give
even
a
friggin'
shit.
floss.
Don't get me started about it. Because
Yeah.
she goes, we also know whether you floss, so you might as well not lie. And I
Right.
wrote her back, I'm still waiting for a response, saying, well, why do you guys ask if you can tell?
Because they want to shame you so that you
Okay.
start doing it.
But they ask me, and I floss sometimes twice a day.
I know, me too. I'm
And
like
always
an
want to
avid
be really
flosser.
emphatic about it.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, moving on. I saw this really cool article. I think it was in the New York Times about Edvard Munch's Scream painting.
Oh, yeah.
I love that painting, and I always want to know more about it. And
Interesting. People do. Why do people love that?
I think I relate to it, like the
It's
existential
so-
dread.
Okay.
You don't love it?
Not really.
Maybe do you find it unsettling?
I'm trying to, like,
You think it's a bad painting?
no.
He's a hack?
I love everything you're doing right now. Maybe not a hack. I do see what it was at the time and everything like that. I just don't. I get that it conveys emotion. I get
You
it.
think
It's
it's
just
overrated?
not. I think it just doesn't do it. Like,
Okay.
I mean, have you seen Van Gogh's work?
I didn't say it was my favorite. I
Right.
just said I like it.
I know, and everybody's allowed to like what they like.
Yeah,
it just
I like
doesn't do it for me.
Well, it's called the Mona Lisa of modern art, Sarah. So
What?
we don't really like the Mona Lisa, though. So didn't we just decide
Yes,
that on
we
another
did.
episode?
We're like, kind of overrated. Kind of small.
I
But
mean,
see,
it is
that one,
overrated.
the more I examine it, and the more I like take time to really look at. Like, if you don't, that's why I'm thinking that maybe I just don't appreciate the Scream in the way it should be appreciated.
Well, I
'Cause,
think
like,
it's
I
because
must be
you're
missing
so
something.
optimistic, and the rest of us are over here screaming inside all the time. You're
Yeah,
like
probably.
not. Yeah, like you need to be in a dark place. So next time you're feeling down, have a look. You'll be like, "Whoa, that thing's awesome."
Yeah, is that what people say?
I do.
Well, yeah.
Because he said that he was inspired by, quote, a gust of melancholy. And I like that. Because sometimes melancholy is like a gust that just comes over you.
Yeah.
You don't even know exactly why.
Yeah.
And it's cool that you can create something beautiful from that.
I do like that. And that is a gust of melancholy because it's a nice way to put it because just like wind, I mean, like it just like comes in and it then passes by. We need to just kind of like let those feelings pass by and then also
rush
not
over us.
give them too much explanation. It's just some wind, just some emotion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how I feel. But if you are feeling melancholy, maybe you just need a little retail therapy through the lovely people at Curtsy, who really have everything you need on this app. Amazing deals. Shop from real women in your size and style. I found some amazing deals. As you know, I got Levi's 501s for a fraction of the price. You can get like thrift store prices delivered to your door.
Love that.
What's not
and
to
the
love?
501s. I mean, the classics.
Classics.
Yes.
Right. And so, you know, you can find Lululemon, you can get that leggings, whatever. And they're really great prices. And you can sell your stuff too if you want to clean out your closet. I know a lot of people are going to be doing that. Once we're going back into the world, we're going to go through our closet and be like, what are these clothes?
Right? Definitely. Like, these aren't even in style now.
Right, exactly. So you're going to want to check out Curtsy. It's such a great app if you want a sustainable way to get Brandy, Urban, Champion, and Lulu delivered directly to your door. Download Curtsy today and enter our promo code BRAINCANDY for 15% off your first order. Search Curtsy in the App Store. It's spelled CURTSY, and enter promo code BRAINCANDY for 15% off your first order. Just download that Curtsy app and enter promo code BRAINCANDY. Okay. So anyway, about this, the Scream painting, unbeknownst to me, there was an inscription in the upper left corner of the painting that's very small and hard to see, and it says, "Could only have been painted by a madman." And there was this debate about who wrote that, whether it was a vandal or Munch himself, and so they were comparing handwriting.
I love this story.
I know, isn't it fun? And
because I'm looking at it, and it does feel like he is suicidal.
Oh my gosh! I mean, I'd have to agree.
Like, it feels there's something about this that
it's reckless.
Yes, that's it. It feels like
and urgent.
Yes. All of those feelings. Desperate, hopeless, urgent, panicky, bridge. People looking down.
Yeah.
It feels like suicide. Trigger warning.
So now we always do them after.
So bad.
We need to work on that.
Really?
Okay, but apparently people are theorizing that he probably wrote the sentence on the painting in 1895 after an exhibition of his new work, when somebody looked at the artwork and said that they called Munch abnormal and, quote, a madman, and Munch was deeply hurt and wrote about it even decades later. And so he was probably like acknowledging, or I don't know, thumbing his nose a bit at that idea.
Well, I think that is kind of maybe a thought amongst artists or maybe creatives too, of like this, what do you even call it? This like pull between
madness.
Yeah, a feeling like the insanity or the madness is the thing that makes you creative.
Right, and they said that was even more prevalent during that time. Yeah,
well, Van Gogh, all those artists. That was
the longer I live, though, the more I think those are the sane people.
Well, yeah, because they're seeing it clearly. They're like, and they're Van Gogh too. You know, like we literally know this now. That Van Gogh was, when you look at, oh my God, this crazy stuff. When you look at, there's like something in like the light spectrum, or there's something like when you do something to the light or like read it in a certain way, it looks like the brushstrokes of his painting. And it's like, there's, call it, well, I don't know. Who knows? It's a thin curtain.
I think they see the world more accurately than the, quote, sane people.
Right.
Honestly, I feel like that about the pandemic. Anybody that's like, I'm fine, it's great. I'm like, you're insane.
Right. I'm like, well, clearly you're in denial. And
and then the people that are unraveling, I'm like, I get it. Yes, of course you are.
Right.
That's reasonable.
Totally true. Yep.
But maybe I'm projecting.
Yeah, right. We just want that.
Susie, you're reasonable.
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
But anyway, I just thought that was a fun little art update for you.
I feel sad for him.
Yeah, me too.
Like, I feel he seems really sad.
Oh, I love you.
Yeah. Because that's what I see is like the artist's feelings behind there. And then I just am like, oh, but he's dead. It's fine. I can't do anything.
I can imagine, though, if you were sort of tapped into that whether it's madness or whatever it is, but you expressed it through art as a form of healthy medication or medication, why it would be so offensive when people are calling you a madman.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. You know who else did that? Kanye West.
What did he do?
I mean, he totally is like a madman, but is bipolar.
Oh, like he tried to create art.
He absolutely did. His record. What album is it? On the title, on the album cover, he wrote like, I think it says only a person with Kanye album cover bipolar. Let's see. He wrote. It says, I hate being bipolar. It's awesome.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I get that.
That's the album cover. Just a mountain scene, like a very beautiful like very serene, like image of a mountain. And then it written in like little kid handwriting in lime green on the front. It just says that.
And both of those things can be true.
Mm-hmm. Right. That's the two things. The holding it in their hand of like, I hate this thing that I suffer from, but it's also the thing that creates, that's why I'm creative or why. And some people feel like if I fix one, then I will lose the other. If I work like that they're paired. But I'll tell you, as somebody who started taking ADHD medication, I mean, I'm not insane like that, but, I thought that it was going to make me not as funny on the podcast, and it was the opposite.
Really?
Because you were the one who noticed it. You were like, oh, yeah, you actually remember the jokes or finish the stories.
Why did you fear that would happen? Did they say that it might?
No, never. It was just more like, will my personality change? Will I become, like, am I going to be able to still be me if I can also focus?
Right. Because it doesn't remove your personality or even mute it. It just makes you more able to function.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love you just the way you are.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, no, it makes me able to function.
Okay.
And
Next
less
up.
anxious and less depressed.
That's great.
Yeah, because I thought it was all of that, but like it's more like the anxiety comes from feeling like I have a whole bunch of stuff to do, but I don't know what I need to do, and I can't wrap my head around putting it all in order. But I know that I need to do stuff. And then depression comes from feeling like, oh my God, I was supposed to do it. There's so much things like sadness of failing to do the things that you need to do and all that stuff. So once you get that worked out, at least that's how it was for me. Just like made those like.
When I hear these things, it reminds me of our saying, it's hard being a person.
Oh, it is the hardest thing to be a person. And it ain't one size fits all, man.
That's what I want our next merch to be.
Oh, why haven't we made that?
I know. It's fucking tagline by now. I'm so annoyed. I'll work on it. Quit yelling.
Oh, quit yelling. No, I'll work on it. I draw those. Oh,
right.
God, that's
yeah,
funny.
we need to make that happen because that's what we believe. And
it is so true. It is so true, man.
I wanted to recommend a documentary series on HBO called The Lady in the Dale. Have you heard of it?
I've heard of this, but I don't know.
Yes. Well, the scoop is that it's about a trans woman who created a car company and created this funky, really cool car during the oil crisis. I think it was in, the 70s or whatever, where you remember there was a shortage and people were having to line up for gas and all that. And so they thought that this car, the Dale, was going to be the solution because it got like 70 miles per gallon and whatever. Yeah. But the real story is about the lady because she was clearly brilliant, but she was like on the run, and she was kind of like a serial liar and created all these identities and was very charming, and so got away with it for a long time. But when this car became very exciting and in the news, and then they caught her. And it was fascinating because to be a trans woman back then, I can't even imagine.
And this might be a big generalization, and I don't want to, but I feel like this is like a compliment, so come on. I have not met a single trans person that I know of that is openly trans that is not a genius.
Oh, well, no, that's statistically true.
Okay, good. I was like, I don't want to be like generalizing,
IQ.
but holy shit, I have never, ever, ever met anyone who I knew was trans that was not like crazy brilliant.
They test much higher on the IQ tests. Yeah.
It's just like, duh. Because they're using more of your brain.
Right.
It makes sense.
Totally
it's
makes
actually
sense.
like, and that's why some cultures believe that it is an evolution of the
Right. That's
being.
the future.
Yep. There you go.
Oh, okay.
Love
That
that
leads me to my next topic. But before that, I will just say I want to encourage people to try the She's Birdie personal safety alarm.
Yes.
I now keep it in my bag. Granted, I don't go out very much right now because of the situation, but when I do, it's in my essentials, like the mask, my wallet, my keys, and then my She's Birdie personal safety alarm. It's a quick pull, and the alarm will emit a loud decibel siren and a strobe light to help deter an attack. And for me, it's just more about peace of mind and knowing that you have something on you that can help you if you feel threatened, etc. And it's really cute.
It sure is. I'm going to visit my mom down in Costa Rica, and I packed this, and I have it right in my little carry-on because I was like, this is going to make me feel really safe. Just
you want to have something.
Traveling by myself for a minute.
Right now, She's Birdie is offering our listeners 15% off your first purchase when you go to shesbirdie.com/braincandy. Go to She's Birdie, and it's spelled SHESBIRDIE.com/braincandy for 15% off your first purchase. That's shesbirdie.com/braincandy. I'm going to update our website with all of these codes so you guys can find them because sometimes when people are listening, they don't remember the codes and stuff, so I'm going to write those on.
Or sometimes when your own co-host is looking to use one, and then she goes there and she's like, damn, what is that?
My friends always text me, what's that code? And I'm like, let me look.
Yes.
Okay. But anyway, that series is really good on HBO. But anyway, that led me to a Brainiac sent me this article in New York Times. It was an op-ed written by Nicholas Kristof, who I enjoy, and he was writing about, I think the title was like, what is our sperm telling us, or something like that.
Oh.
And it was like talking about basically endocrine disruptors and the consequences of like all the plastics and toxic crap in the environment, and how what it's leading to is smaller penises, genital.
Well, now we're going to do something about it. Now we're going to definitely do something about it.
Yeah, right. Genital abnormalities, early puberty onset, infertility, miscarriages, and like we all know this is happening. And you've probably read about it. You know, like what's that thing in plastic? The BP.
Yeah, BPA.
BPA. I mean, that's what those are. So if you heat it in the microwave, it seeps into your food. God. And like, I don't want to be a fearmonger or anything like that, but I thought the article was great because it provided some solutions to avoiding these things. And it was saying like, even this I never heard. Instead of a vinyl shower curtain, you should just use linen or cloth. I never knew that. Because it like heats the plastic and then you breathe it in.
Oh my God, of course it does. Oh,
right,
God.
Just like we don't think about it because it's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
But it did say avoid tobacco and marijuana. What's the deal with marijuana? Are they referring to the smoking kind or the edibles?
Come on. They always just lump that in there. What do we get? Everything's fine.
But do you think it's the pesticides
but weed
or what?
really does affect the mobility of sperm.
Oh, okay. So maybe it is an endocrine disruptor in that way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I mean, I can't say like I know for sure, but I know that is 100% linked to that in the research that I have seen.
All right. Well, good to know on that. Store food in glass containers.
Yeah.
Don't microwave with anything with plastic wrap on top. Mm-hmm. And then don't use air fresheners.
God, it's so annoying when I'm like this and people think I'm being difficult.
Yeah,
or
cuckoo crazy.
I'm like, okay, then do whatever the fuck you want, but let me just be crazy and then not have babies with small penises.
Well, I said too in my brain, Susie, there is a privilege to avoiding these things. So
Correct.
Let's not forget that's why
absolutely
these things,
100%.
They affect people of color more, and that sucks.
It's so gross.
Yeah,
that
everything's like that.
Oh God, that makes me sick. There's this little wave of oh my God, I can't fix the system that comes over me.
All the, the white suburban moms that are like, my kid only eats organic. I mean, that's great.
Right.
But
right.
I wish everyone could make that choice.
Yeah. There's a school that's in the in the neighborhood where I used to live in Orange County, and they have a rule that you can't bring any disposable food storage. So which is, that is telling parents that you have to go out and buy a completely new set.
Oh, right. That's not an option for everybody.
Right.
What are they going to do? Put it in a...
Yeah.
Right.
But it's the neighborhood that it was in, and they get to do that, and it's just... Oh, Lord, it is such a privileged thing. And then you think about, what's available at the 99-cent store. And I remember there are times where I had to get stuff there, because that's what you can afford. And for sure, filled with all that stuff.
I was reading a book review about a book coming out. I think it's called Made in China. And it's about, this sort of mass-produced stuff that you would get at a place like the dollar store. And in addition to it being unhealthy, as you're describing, it's also really unhealthy for the people that have to make it, the conditions within which they work.
Oh.
If you can avoid it, it's nice to be intentional about those things. But it is a place of privilege to be able to do that.
Right. Yeah, if you can do it.
Do what you can.
That's it.
That's all we can do.
Yeah, there was this really cute store. I was taking Bo to the vet, and right across the street was this cute store. It's in Topanga, and Topanga's in the that, all earthy, and it was this store where they had just had big jugs of all of the shampoo and conditioner, and you'd come by and you'd squirt your stuff into the your own glass bottles.
Oh, that's fun.
I love that. Yeah. Just
yeah, let's become you were saying maybe we should try to be more like Stevie Nicks. I think this is fitting in with that plan.
Yeah.
Because she's a badass bitch. She doesn't care what anyone thinks.
Right.
She's doing whatever she wants. I like her.
The end. Let's do that.
Is she problematic in any way?
No, not that I know of. Stevie Nicks is not problematic.
She's not canceled yet, right?
No, nobody's canceled her. She, how I know is she does random appearances and cameos places, and Miley Cyrus just did a song with her. And
all right,
yeah.
She's still good.
Yeah,
there's still time.
She appeared in American Horror Story Coven. So.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
She is a real Renaissance woman.
Yeah.
She's a witchy woman, too.
Yeah. Well, that's why she had to be in Coven. Hello.
Okay. So my next topic is super fun because it involves PhD and pole dancing.
Oh.
Which, what is not to love about that?
Love it.
But I think it's the perfect time for me to ask you, people, have you tried the Dipsy app yet with sexy stories?
Oh, my God.
Well, let me tell you what happens when you download Dipsy. So you download it, and then they have all kinds of things, like things that you could use to pleasure yourself, like to get you in the mood, or to get you in the mood to be with your partner, or just to lull you to sleep, and soothing, sort of like erotica, whatever. And it'll say, like, what are you into? Do you want chilled out stuff, hot and heavy, whatever? Then it'll say, do you want stories about men and women, women and women, men and men, or non-binary?
Yes.
And then, like, you can say the things you love. And one of my favorite options was British accent, because, my husband's British.
Oh, my God.
Which is hilarious.
I love it.
And then let me just say, once you answer those questions, the things that are suggested are very effective.
You heard it here, folks.
I can confirm that it is perfect and wonderful for whatever it is you're into.
Susie can confirm.
I can confirm. So, Sarah, download that app.
I just did right now.
Give you something joyful. And for our listeners of the show, Dipsea is offering you 30-day free trial when you go to dipseastories.com/braincandy. That's 30-day free trial when you go to DIPSEA stories.com/braincandy, dipseastories.com/braincandy. And I love that it's, geared towards what women tend to enjoy, which is narrative and,
It's all my favorite stuff.
Yeah, it's all the stuff we love. Okay, just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it. Okay, so this story is about a PhD candidate. She actually just finished her PhD, who studies the ways that social media algorithms work against things like female sexuality.
Oh, I think I read this.
Okay, so she's like pole dancing on TikTok.
Oh, wait. No, I did not read this. Continue.
Okay. She's very attractive, very sexy woman, and she pole dances, and she started doing it, like a lot of women did, like that exercise type of thing. Mm-hmm. You've done that.
Mm-hmm. I sure have.
And she wanted to see, like, if her videos were, what do they call that? Like downgraded? You know how the algorithm can either promote you or stifle you.
Yeah.
And it's just like really frustrating because she has been banned from TikTok. And then once reporters started reaching out, then they reinstated her account, of course. But like she wears clothes. And so there's nothing nude going on. And she's dancing to like WAP, and she went viral because she was like, I just finished my PhD and now I'm a pole dancing PhD. And then she did a choreography to WAP, and it was really sexy. But to me, no different than like the joke ones you've seen of like men doing it at the gym and stuff.
Right.
You've seen those. Like,
yes.
Those aren't flagged.
Right.
And so she points out how they want to make these places safe from female sexuality, but not from violence or threats or misogyny or white supremacy.
I hate that.
Right.
I hate that.
Like, why is female sexuality deemed more dangerous than actual violence?
Yep.
That makes me mad.
There's some, I remember when I was little, my mom was like listening to, I had this thought. I must have been like 12 or something. And I think it was a Sting album. And there's some lyric that says like, we turn our eyes to like at violence and turn away from a kiss.
Yeah.
And it was like, I couldn't wrap my little brain around that about what and like, it's so sad that we do that we reject that. I remember when I was in Italy and I was talking to my mom about it, and she was like, well, they don't do that in Italy. Don't worry. And there was a poster the same year in Italy that said Italians kiss with their eyes closed and vote with their eyes open. And it was a political sign. And I was
That's
like,
cool.
And it was like, I remember those things happening in like the same week and being like, huh, interesting. And why the fuck do we do that?
It's infuriating.
Oh,
even on
it really
Instagram,
is.
It said that they have banned any footage shot in a strip club, even if there's no nudity whatsoever.
What?
That's absurd. Just
What?
the implication that there is nudity somewhere in the building is enough for Instagram to ban it. Come on.
And it
But you
really
should
feels
see-
like the people who are getting screwed are the women in some
Well,
in
and
some
just
way.
if they banned our sexuality, but then also banned the violent threats and terrible things that are said to women online, that would be one thing, but they
Right.
don't do that. They don't protect us from online violence.
Right.
It's infuriating.
And it just gets like even with ratings of things, I think about video games and it's just like the blood and the violence and the gore, and I just like, I can't take it with that. It's so not good. It's so bad that we're desensitized to that. Some people
At
are.
least she's studying it, and hopefully things will change. But I'm not seeing it. Like, we're pretty far into the digital age, and things don't seem to be getting any better.
Yeah. Oh,
That's disheartening.
it really is. We need a whole ethics board for that. There needs to be a different branch, something that's just for, like, I don't know, AI. I was just reading this thing about, because this is the article that I thought it was, and then I was like, remember the pole dance thing. I was like, nope, different article. About a woman who is identifying, more ways that AI is inherently sexist. Like, even when it gives these, like, tests and it's giving people, when the
And
AI
racist.
systems, for sure, are asked to give pictures of women, they tend to be more sexually, like, provocative. And then with men, they're more professional. And it's just like, the computers are doing this. And then we can't blame them because they're learning from us. So it just is a reflection. We just see it faster and like, yeah.
Yeah, it's not great. Can you guys work on that?
Yeah, work
Digital
on that,
people?
digital
Tech
people.
bros?
Tech bros. The tech bros who listen to this.
I saw a video about what it takes to be a monster truck driver.
Oh, what does it take?
I was
Besides a
mad-
real good helmet and seatbelt.
Well, that's why I was mad because I was like, what could it possibly be? Like good driving
A lot of
skills or-
cushioning, loosey-goosey bones.
I feel like they need to rename the video because it wasn't at all what it takes to be a monster truck driver. It was really just about how it's a male-dominated field, but there are some women doing it, and that they can hang with the guys, and like they're just as good. And well, okay, but what are their traits? Like, what are they really good at?
Right.
Putting the pedal to the metal? I mean, come on.
And also when it's like they can hang with them, like one of the requirements of, if you are running in an Olympic event, you do not have to be able to hang with runners in order to qualify for the Olympics.
When I say that, though, I should specify. What I mean is they're just as good at it.
Okay. I didn't
Yeah.
because I didn't know if we were saying like, oh, we just like her around.
They hang out at-
we allow her.
Yeah,
to
she doesn't
eat
mind
dinner
our
with
guy
us.
talk.
Yeah,
locker
like
room
that.
talk.
I was totally thinking that was what we were talking about.
But one thing that was funny was apparently there's a place called Monster Jam University in Illinois.
Oh my God.
I
I
wanna know-
love all these unofficial, like
Right.
clown universities, like the McDonald's
Hamburger.
University. Yep. And why do they always feel the need to like equate it to like upper level education? Like
That's what I love.
it's like
are there
university.
tenure track professors?
Right. 10-year track professors?
That's what they call them, but now it's extra funny.
It's actual track.
Yeah, right. And apparently these trucks can be worth about $250,000.
Oh, I believe that. The tires alone, I bet, are like $25,000.
But why? What is it? Rubber?
Fucking rubber. Those things are huge, Susie. Like, for real? Think about how much material one of those tires costs. Let's look it up. How much does one of those tires weigh?
Let's look it up.
This is like a fun thing for me.
I just can't imagine what could possibly cost that much unless the
much
engine is really.
does a monster truck
When Sarah gets like this, there is
Wheel.
no stopping her.
weigh? Because I'm going to like do some. Okay, how much do you think it weighs? How much do you think?
Okay.
Okay. Oh my God.
1 ton.
First of all, how much is a ton?
2,000 pounds.
No, you're way under.
Oh, okay. Each tire is more than a ton?
Yep. They must
Wow.
weigh a minimum of this, too.
Gosh. What could it be? 2 tons?
10,000 pounds.
Oh, wow.
So
5 tons.
you have at least, it says that they must weigh at least 10,000 pounds, and they can weigh as much as 12,000 pounds. So if you have, say, 40,000 pounds of just rubber tire.
Yeah, but like, what's the going rate of rubber?
That's what I'm going to look up. Cost per pound of rubber. The average, okay,
Sarah's
it
over there
costs
with
about
her calculator.
$2.8 per pound. So 2.8 per pound times freaking
God.
40,000. We're already at 100,000 with just wheels. Do you see how
Just wheels.
this is alone? This
I
is
can't
simple
believe-
math.
I can't believe that tires would be that pricey, though, because there seems to be a lot of rubber laying around. Like, tires are everywhere.
This is also true. But it's like those used tires, like the ones that are
Yeah.
old. Damn.
they melt that
Can
shit
they
down?
recycle? We go back
Let's
to the
find a
plastic problem.
Let's go to the sustainable monster
I'd
truck
like also
rallies.
to know the average penis size of all of these guys. I know we have a lot of variables at play.
Yeah.
First of all, they're monster trucks. Second of all, they're around plastics. So,
They have a lot of endocrine disruptions.
oh gosh,
Wow. I mean, good to know.
yeah.
It's not even good to know. It's just
But I
funny.
really do feel like I would have liked to know more about what it takes to be a monster truck driver.
Right. I want to know, like, does it take a certain type
Fucking
of
clickbait.
personality? It really was, Sarah. That was
Yeah.
a Business Insider.
I thought you
video.
were gonna. Yeah, Business Insiders. I've been fooled by them before too.
I've been fooled by them.
Yeah.
Fool me twice. I don't know.
Twice. Disappointing. Rest of the article.
I mean, good for her for being she said she made Rookie of the Year in her first year.
Cool.
But I mean, there was only 84 total drivers and
Yeah,
13
still
of them
pretty
are
good.
females. So, I mean,
That's better than I thought it would be.
yeah, I agree.
That's way better. That's got to be better than NASCAR.
That's a good point.
For
By
real.
the way, I was going to ask you, I don't know why I thought you'd know, but did they now, you know how they say, gentlemen, start your engines? Did they now change that when Danica's doing it?
Oh my God, such a good question. Susie, I do not know.
We need a collective noun that is the same as gentlemen, but for everybody. Because there really isn't one. What are you going to say? People? Gentle
Well,
people?
So only 119 women have qualified for starting a race in one of NASCAR's touring seasons.
Dang.
Yeah.
Good for them.
I want to know, like, what's the ratio of male
Yeah,
to
right.
female?
How many dudes are there?
Yeah. Yeah, but
What do you guess?
I would
Thousands?
say, I think for every 40 drivers, there's one woman.
That's what I would think.
Yeah. So, like, and I don't even know anything about NASCAR, like, at all. So I don't even know how many people race in a fucking, what do you even call it? A race? I don't know any of the words. I was like, on a race, Sarah? Yes, that would be the word. Jesus Christ. Yeah. I feel like, is it like 100? How many cars go on? That seems like crazy. But then it seems like there's a shit ton of them.
no way.
No, how many people race at once?
Although sometimes it looks like a lot of cars on that track. I don't
Yeah.
imagine we have a lot of listeners that are into NASCAR, but they have surprised me before. So if you guys are fans of NASCAR, can you tell us some stuff?
Yeah, you know what? I think we're going to be surprised by people who say that they love it.
I can see why people love it.
Yeah. But I like to watch golf, so, who knows?
You do not.
Susie, I love it.
Why?
I think it's
soothing?
an ASMR thing. Yeah.
Oh.
I could watch golf. Like, I could just put on golf and, like, I'm getting relaxed thinking about people.
Wait,
I don't
so
even
you
like
don't-
golf.
Like, you don't know anything about the sport, though?
No.
Or how it's... You just like watching it.
Yes.
I did not know that. It's soothing for you.
So soothing.
That's how I feel about cooking shows. It's just soothing.
Yeah, and usually when I'm watching this, it's like when I'll be having like a lazy Sunday over at like, I don't know, it'll be like a boyfriend's parents' house or something like that, and somebody puts it on, or like it's like a relaxing day at somebody's like barbecue, family barbecue or something, like the day after, or like, you know, some Sunday. And it's just like, oh, this is nice. I could just sit here and watch this and, you know.
Yeah, escape.
I'm into it.
And it's always sunny.
It is.
Yeah.
And I like the way they talk. And then I like that everybody claps.
It's so civilized.
Nice. It's so civilized. And then I like things where it's like, oh, and then nothing.
Stop. Like when it gets real close?
Yeah.
That's great.
And then that's all. And then it's like just a little bit of excitement, like not too much. We're not getting crazy.
Do you think you'd ever want to try it?
I feel like I think it might fall into one of those. I'm not very good when there's a learning curve to the sport.
Yeah.
I get really frustrated, like tennis. Fuck that sport. I mean, I'll give it another try, but I have to be like.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
I feel very frustrated with tennis because, like,
Also games, like even just chess, I'm like, ugh, not again. Like every time someone tries to teach me, I have learned that first lesson like 50 times.
Yeah. You don't know how to play chess?
No, because to get to lesson number 2 where you actually have to do it, I'm like, oh, this is hard.
Your son plays chess all the time.
Yes, he got to lesson 2.
Oh my gosh. You're so funny. Yeah, this is true. Okay, I see this. Yeah, I'm like not, if I can't get it and if it's not something that I understand, like the fundamentals of real quick. But maybe golf will be, you know what? No, I would be terrible at golf. I have a really bad, like depth perception. I can't.
Really?
Yeah. I'm like not, my eyes are not that good.
Yeah.
Like they're good
with that
like
too.
they're focused, like I can see shit, but I did really bad. I remember I went to the eye doctor a while back, and I did poorly in the depth perception test. And they said, yes, a lot. They said, and then he said, oh, yeah, women often do poorly with this. And I was like, oh, no.
That stings.
It did sting. Oh.
Remember how I figured out on one of our episodes that the reason I can't do those magic eye posters is because I have one good eye and one bad eye.
Oh my God.
And you have to be able to like unfocus.
Yes.
Maybe that would make me bad at golf too.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, we would be a mess out there.
I couldn't, yeah, no. But you know what we are good at?
On the links.
We're good at, what do you call, goofy golf?
We are good at that.
Yeah.
How did you know that have we done that together?
We have not, but I know that you are good at that, and I know that I am good at anything I tell myself I'm good at, so with the exception of tennis and regular golf.
Okay, well, I think, you know, someday when the world is normal, you and I are going to go golfing just for the laughs.
Oh, yeah, at least to a drive. My mom used to take us to driving ranges for, like, holidays and stuff, and just for fun and, like, shoot balls around.
Or, like, par 3. Have you ever done that? It's
No.
like a smaller version.
I'm into that.
Yeah, that's more reasonable.
I play some disc golf.
Right.
I like that.
You have potential.
I do. Okay.
Let's wind it down, Sarah.
Let's. Learned about the price of tires.
We sure did, thanks to Sarah's calculating.
I just happen to have it still pulled up here.
That Sarah was teacher's pet.
And Susie
lonely.
not. Yeah.
Susie not.
But nobody likes teacher's pet.
I'm pretty sure I convinced you to like Scream.
Yeah. Oh, you definitely did. You definitely
nice.
convinced me to feel the emotion in it. Mm-hmm. Who doesn't like that?
Mm-hmm. And the pole dancing PhD is making waves, and we love to see it.
Yeah, and let's just like normalize female sexuality and stop policing
it's fine,
it.
My God,
like the end. Hello.
I will say I don't love those shoes that strippers wear with the big heels. They're not my favorite.
Well,
why can't they do it barefoot?
I mean, they could, but that's like a look for the.
I get it. It's like the costume, but
yeah. But also, I do think that the weight of the shoe maybe helps when you're kind of like swinging your leg around.
You're kidding. You think it's more like a tool.
I feel like that kind of now. When I'm thinking about doing it with, like, being able to, I wonder what would be easier. We'd have to ask somebody who actually could pole dance. But I'm just trying. This is like Sarah's got a theory. I'm just trying to play it all out, see what.
Yeah, what sticks? What people
sticks,
believe?
what people like. What do we? Yeah, you're right.
We just make stuff up and see what you guys go for.
Oh gosh! Hey, and every now and then it's like the plants, and we're right about shit.
Yeah.
So
every once in a while, we're like a broken clock over here.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Well, we'll see you next time. Don't forget to leave us a 5-star review.
Yeah, man. Bye.
Okay. Bye.
Did you know that everyone has an aura? Do you know what color your aura is? Maybe you have a fiery red personality or a quiet and calm blue or green. You could be an organized and methodical yellow or an explosive purple. Come join me, Mystic Michaela, on my podcast, Know Your Aura, to find out all about how your personality can be explained in colors.